What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot, and today we're going to talk about the Takara Tomy Transformers Wild King Wave 1 in-hand images. So thanks to Alphas 2010 on Twitter, X, we can share new in-hand images of the Transformers Wild King Wave 1 toys. In this video, we're going to see the boxes for the WKM-01 Energy Master Optimus Prime. We're going to see the Energy Master, which is O2, Megatron, the WKB Energy Beast, Hydrophant, the other one called Captain Volca, which is the red one, Energy Beast Leafback, which is the green one, and I think the yellow one, I forgot his name, but they didn't have him they left him off in the description on TFW. Now, we do get some comparison pics between him and, of course, the Studio Series Commander Class Optimus Prime. We also get to see him compared to ENERGON Optimus Prime in the Power Links mode. And we'll see pictures of the other toys and their boxes thereof. So please, everybody, just sit back and enjoy the ride. This is barely going to be a long video and a such way to get me back into normal. So you can see on the packaging, when you go with the special one, you get the red guy with Megatron and the yellow guy with Optimus Prime, who turns into the giraffe. So up there is the giraffe guy, the elephant guy, Captain Volca, and the green bat guy. So this is Captain Volca here, which I guess is a Decepticon. Basically, their bodies are generic. They all basically are the same, exactly the same, except for one has like weird arms because of the alt mode. So you could almost kind of just put everything together, which makes it kind of cool. Makes it even closer to realm of combiners in a sense, but not in the sense of, it's still generic, super generic stuff. It's shovelware, but shovelware from Takara. So let that sink in. But yeah, you can see here, of course, they'll have the different head sculpts and everything. But yeah, scope wise, they're interesting to say the least. I mean, they are what they are. I don't know. Listen, I'm the type of collector. I buy what I like, not what is available. Because there's a lot of toys that were available. I just didn't buy them. And that's throughout all of my entirety of buying toys. I never bought every one. I started out like that. But that gotta catch them all. Oh my God. And after a while, I realized I was buying stuff I didn't even care about. When I don't care about something, I kind of toss it to the side. But here's what I was showing you, like how the bodies are pretty much the same, an exception of the giraffe guy. His arms are slightly different. And the other two, they're pretty much identical, except just different colors and maybe some slight molding here and there, but they're pretty much the same body types. And I guess when you throw all the parts on, they kind of look like this. Interesting to say the least, but just not enough for me to get into. But you can combine all of them and make this interesting looking robot, which I actually kind of like. I do dig that. Now here's the Energy Master Optimus Prime, which a lot of people are comparing to Energon Optimus Prime. They're not the same. They're not the same. They are not the same. Okay. It's a difference in toy. There's going to be a difference in quality and certain other things that, I'm sorry, our older toys were much better than this one we got right now. However, this is what we got right now. And this is the next in the line of what Takara is putting out. And I got to admit, it's not bad looking. It's not a bad looking set at all. I wish there were some improvements to it. I'm sure the plastic quality is going to be decent, but I'm not sure. Like I said, no one's got one in hands to give us like a full, robust review of them yet. So we got to go by the pictures. Of course, it's cheap. It still looks cheap. It looks good cheap. At least I can say that. Kind of like some of the authentic figures that they're not bad looking once you get them in hand. This is what this reminds me of. It's not bad looking. He's actually pretty big too. And we'll see that. So he's approximately about 7.5 inches. He's the same size as Commander Class Optimus Prime. But boy, is he hollow. Ooh, boy, he hollow. Yes, sir. You can see it right there. I wouldn't say he's gonna be in the nowhere close to like the plastic quality of Commander class Optimus Prime, but I'm sure again he'll be decent because Takara does do, even on the cheap stuff, make it look decent. Now the whole like asymmetrical look that you can get with changing out the figures and things like that, that does intrigue me. That does give me the old Brave look, which I'm still looking for someone to just really give a line of Brave toys that can match mainline without having to go from one company to the other. And that's what it kind of could be here a little bit. I mean, I think it's like everybody gets close to Brave, but not Brave enough. Kind of like, I'd say right now Korea is really getting close to Brave, and that new line they got, I gotta go back and search on those. I'll hold that for later though. Gotta keep that for later because the last stuff I'm doing, but it does kind of give me the vibes. Although I will say the Korean toys are far better. Yeah, they are. If you ever get them, they're chunky, beefy toys. They're and they got a little bit of articulation. They it's that mix of Power Rangers and Takara could do it. Hasbro, they could easily pull off something like this. They're close. Takara is very close with that, with this line. But I don't get enough of the feels for me to go out and buy this. That's what the problem is. Like, I'm like, okay, do I need this? And the answer to the question is no, I don't. And even though he's the same size as Commander Class Optimus Prime, he's not nowhere close to Commander Class Optimus Prime. So don't do that. Here, even now, I will say this: compared to Dino King, this thing, the Wild King toys look better. But looking at Energon or Super Link Optimus Prime, no. But good try though, because the head, you get the little extra things on the side of the head. That's what it kind of reminds me. But yeah, I mean putting the leaves on and you got the different colors, and yeah, it's kind of a throwback of Power Rangers. It looks like it'll be fun. And of course you could swap the legs, which is actually crazy too. You got all the swappability, so it's like, it's good play toys. I'd say this mainly for kids, but I know a lot of collectors are gonna go for it. So should you get this? It's up to you. Like, I don't tell people yes or no. I'm out of this one, y'all. I gotta step out of this one. And the reason why I gotta step out of this one is I got too much, man. After a while, you gotta say, okay, where do I draw the line? I gotta get into doing, other stuff. So, there's some other things, like I say, I gotta work on. And, when you get to be older, you gotta look at things and get in a retrospective, like, okay, we're getting down to the final stretch of our lives. Do I want to be worried about a whole bunch of toys? Do I just want to, have enough? I'm cool with what I have. And then, all this other fluff I can sell off or maybe give to charity or something like that. That's what I'm getting at right now. Like, I'm really getting to that point where I'm like, yeah, we got to wind this down on what we're going to keep, what we're going to not keep, what we're really going for. And so far that I do have a targeted collection, it does make it a little bit harder because everything I bought, I wanted. If I didn't want it, I didn't buy it. So I don't have something where I just look at it and go, oh, what am I doing with this? It's really, oh man, I don't really want to part with this, but that's what it is. And at that point in my life, I'm looking at this, it's like, wow, like if I was a new collector, I would be all over this, but I'm older enough to know, like, I don't need it. I'm not even going to play with it. I'm really just going to be like, hey, yeah, I own it. And, that's why I'm not really going to even touch this. But it's interesting. It's not ugly. I mean, I think it has playability. I think it's a lot better than Cyberworld. Far better than Cyberworld. I'm sorry. These are a lot better. But they still err on the side of simplicity. And not saying that that's a bad thing. It's just, now I'm just straying from what I want to have as my collection. And that's that. So what are your thoughts? Leave them down in the comments below. Super Robot Ed, bring more news reveals. So then we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.